Are you looking to create your own Minecraft server set up the same way as Hermitcraft? Maybe you just want to get your hands on some of the fancy mods that you've seen us hermits using here on Hermitcraft? Well, my friends, this video is for you. It is also a follow-up to the vanilla mods video that I made over 2 years ago. Well, in that video, I showcased the mods that I use on Hermitcraft, and we also released this mod pack called Xisuma's Hermitcraft Enhancements. Today, we are doing that again, updated for Season 10, but this time with a slightly different structure. The pack has now been split into two. There is a server pack for setting up a Minecraft server the same way as Hermitcraft, and then there is my own pack for the client-side experience that I have when connecting to Hermitcraft. And both of these packs are now being published on Modrinth instead of CurseForge. Both of these packs will be linked in the description box down below, and we're going to start the video off with a brief overview of what's inside the Hermitcraft pack. First up, a simple voice chat. This is the mod that allows us to communicate with one another using microphones inside of the game. Simple voice chat enhanced groups. That's the mod that gives you this extended group functionality where you can have pre-existing groups on the server and then join one of those groups to talk with others. Audio player. We are in the perfect location to demonstrate this one. It's what enables you to put custom audio onto a music disc. Let's go ahead and play this one.
Have no fear. Cup is now here.
Oh, that's right. I pranked Cup with that. Custom roleplay data. This is the pack that allows us to put custom models onto items, like my hat. But like with this mod and a few others, I'm just showcasing this is the part of the pack that does this feature. This will not be a tutorial on how to create custom models and put them into a resource pack for use on the server. This is simply the data pack that enables us to get those models through the trigger command, which is trigger custom model data. Name formatting station data pack. These features are also activated using the trigger command. That will bring up this menu that can change the color or the formatting of the text of the item that you're currently holding. So let's set it to green, bold, and italic. And look at that. We've successfully colored and renamed the item. And of course, there's more things you can do with this menu, like appending lore onto an item too. Armor statues data pack. This is the legendary data pack that you can use to interact with armor stands, customizing them, giving them custom poses and whatnot. This place is actually a pretty good example of some of the stuff that you can do using this data pack. Inhabitor. This is an admin's mod which helps with pruning a Minecraft world. It reverts a change in the game where the inhabited time of a chunk, like the one that I'm standing in right now, it will be upticked if the player is loading the chunk as opposed to just the one that it's standing inside of. This means that the inhabited time gets ticked up not just for exactly where the players are, but the general area that they're in. So this means that pruning is way less aggressive. The status mod. This is the mod us hermits use to communicate our availability to each other if we're open for interactions, if we're currently recording or streaming, and you can use it to tell other players that you don't want to sleep. Now's a good time to see what that looks like. There you go, Xisuma does not want you to sleep. Runtime hash updater. This is a technical mod for the admins. Inside of server.properties, there is a hash for your resource pack. Each time you change your resource pack, you need to update that hash. This mod will do it automatically for you. Coord finder. This adds a mod where you can find coordinates for specific things like places that players have bookmarked in the world. So here we've got a bunch of locations and the coordinates of those places. And of course, these places have to be set in the first place. So you've got a command here to add those coordinates and give it a name. View distance thicks. If you have a large render distance and you don't want the server to send you lots of fog that occludes this larger view distance, this is the mod that takes care of that for you. Statistic books. This is the data pack that can pull statistics from all of the players in the world and assemble them into a book that you can display in a lectern. So this one here is for players killed, and you can use it for many more statistics than just that. There are also lots more data packs, including one that allows you to get player heads when you kill another player, as well as the pack that does the same for mob heads, and also the one that enables you to get mini blocks by trading with wandering traders. Also included is the ability to silence a mob using a name tag. You can summon a thunderstorm by using a channeling trident when you're at the top of the world. Also on Hermitcraft, you may know Endermen don't grief, they never pick up blocks or place them down. A player's name will go grey when they're AFK. There's a command to put the coordinates onto your screen. And we use durability ping, which gives you a variety of ways to notify yourself when your tools are being damaged. Those are the mods and data packs that we use here on the Hermitcraft server. There are a couple of things I didn't cover here, so you might want to have a poke around and look at all of them for yourself. This includes things like optimization mods to make sure the server performs well. So before we get to my own personal collection of client-side mods, it's time for a quick word from the sponsor of this video. If you came here wanting to know what to look for when hosting a Minecraft server, then I can point you in the right direction. This video was made in affiliation with Logic Servers, who not only host Minecraft, but tons of other games too. They specialize in both web hosting and game servers, and they operate their own network infrastructure, meaning traffic management and hardware configurations are optimized for the task at hand. Best of all, they offer dedicated servers, meaning you can have a whole machine dedicated to Minecraft just like Hermitcraft does. You can pick from a variety of data centers with no extra charges for premium locations and see what CPU is on offer too. They also offer one-click installs for over 700 mod packs and other editions of Minecraft too, including snapshots and Bedrock. Interested? With promo code Xisuma, you can get 20% off, so click the link in the description box and get 20% off your first purchase. So, how about the mods that I use? Well, let's actually start with resource packs. These 3 Vanilla Tweaks packs that I use are included in the mod pack. It gives us the variated bushy leaves, note blocks that don't include the notation information on the default state. So when you start to tune it, it'll tell you what note it is tuned to. And of course, all of the regular texture tweaks and changes like these bricks, or for example, my hotbar with the green highlight. I recently added this as well as the green slot highlight too. So now for the mods, we have Shulkerbox tooltip. This would be a good time to mention that all of these mods are configured the same way that we have them on the server or on the client. So you will see this mod behave like so. You can actually customize this to display the contents of your shulker boxes in different ways. Chat signing hider. This simply hides the pop-ups and the messages that you see in chat regarding the chat signing feature, which is related to player reporting and all of that stuff. Better F3, a mod that does exactly what it says on the tin. Let me press F3 because you can see that is a lot clearer to look at than the default one. A lot of these mods can be customized, but like I mentioned before, you're going to get this thing configured and set up the way that I have it displayed here. Better third person. I was turned on to this mod recently by B-dubs. It just gives the F5 camera a little bit of a more organic feel. As you rotate, it's not quite as fixed to the player, and I think it's a big improvement over the default way it works. Bobby. This mod is responsible for the massive view distances that we have. Now, on a server, that means that stuff off in the distance isn't actually live. If I were to fly over in this direction that I haven't visited for a while, it would be likely that these chunks would get updated. But yeah, it saves those chunks off in the distance on your hard drive and it can render them for you. This one is for the beefier systems though. So if you fire up the pack and you have some FPS issues, you might want to disable Bobby. Armor Poser. This is not to be confused with the data pack that already exists on the server. This is a mod that does the same thing, but then it gives you a much cleaner interface to interact with and change the properties of the armor stand. Item Swapper. Item Swapper is a mod best shown in creative mode, which is why I've come to a different server. When I hold down the hotkey for this, you can see we can swap this to any of the other textures on the screen. We can also switch to carpets and we can use color palette to find similar color blocks. And when we click on it, simply swaps it in our hotbar. And then for things like wood, there's other wood sets that you can jump to. And you can also jump to all the different stair types, for example. Peak. This mod allows you to see additional information inside of blocks, like how many bees there are or the honey level of one of these blocks. The thing is, they added that into vanilla recently, and I can't remember why we still have it on the server, but there is a reason. Mini HUD. This is a rendering mod for displaying information that the game doesn't normally show you, like what biome you're in, where the slime chunks are. We can show the range of beacons, and we can even display the speed that we're moving at. This mod is incredibly powerful and it has a ton of customizations available inside of it. Free cam. This is one of the mods I get asked about the most. I just tap the free cam button and then we are free to fly around, look behind walls, go up in the air and just take a look around as if we were using a camera account. Camera utils. So this one is different from free cam as it adds other views like F5, except you'll be able to customize these. So when I hold down Alt and press, I think it's F6 that I'm using, we can now customize this view by changing these parameters. Lightmatica. This is the mod that allows you to bring a schematic into the world where you want to place a bunch of blocks. So when doing something super technical, like my storage system, I was able to place all of this redstone with the help of this schematic, pointing me in the direction of where to place these blocks. Server resource pack checker. So when I log into the server, the resource pack of the game isn't going to load again, despite the server giving us a resource pack. That is because of this mod. What it does is it caches the pack and it checks for any changes. So if there's no changes, we don't need to reload upon logging in. Mod menu. This mod adds a button to the escape menu. And when we go inside of it, you can see the mods that I've got and we can click on one and then we can click over here and it allows us to configure those mods from within inside the game. Raised. This mod prevents the bottom of the hotbar from getting cut off, but also if I type into chat, it has been raised slightly so it is above these armor haunches. And if we open up the menu here, there's actually like a ton of stuff that you can just kind of nudge the positions of and move around on your screen. And there it is, a brief overview of all of the mods I use on my client and those on Hermitcraft 2. And that's what this video was intended to be. Just a brief overview to introduce you to all of this stuff, to introduce you to the packs that you can get on Modrinf. Also, huge shout out to Henkel Max for putting together those mod packs, as well as all of the amazing mods he makes that we use here on Hermitcraft 2. So if there was anything you wanted to know more about, well, now you know the names of these mods and what they do, so you can go do some research and dig deeper into them, but that's all I'm going to cover in this one. So thanks for watching, leave a like if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon with another. Bye-bye.